In what may go down as the biggest business blunder ever, Target decided to hire Amazon in 2001 to handle the e-commerce side of its business. At first glance, it may have looked like a good idea, but it really wasn't. While you can't say for sure that Amazon may have tried to sabotage the online part of Target's brand, there's no ruling it out. They are, after all, in the same industry and vying for the same customers. Amazon.com was in charge of the website aspect, and many people had complaints about the snail speed of the site. Finally, in 2011, Target realized that it would be in their best interest to assume full control of their online retail experience and part ways fully with Amazon. This is a plan that has already been in the works for a few years before the final cut. A move away from Amazon meant that Target could now handle the design and management of its e-commerce technology platform completely and align this with the interests of shoppers. Their first move was to redesign the website, which we can all agree looked much better, with the white dog showing the bullseye logo of the company on its left eye. We can give Target some slack that e-commerce wasn't as popular in 2001 as it is right now. It became too strategically important to just outsource to Amazon, especially with the level of competition between the two companies. It's a partnership that went full cycle, and we can all agree that breaking ties with Amazon was a wise decision. Moving on without Amazon. Now Target is all about winning its customers back after some pretty rough couple years. And they're not afraid to spend billions of dollars to achieve this. However, it looks like this is paying off since online investments and even attention to their stores is starting to give Target its recognition again. This store came to life in 1962 as part of Dayton's, a department store chain. Then they were a discount retailer known as the go-to destination for trendy wares up until the 80s. During all this time, Target was pretty aggressive about increasing its number of stores in the United States to compete with other big chains like Kroger, Kmart, and Walmart. By the time they got to more than 1,500 stores, people already knew that they would always want to shop at Target. They were the hub of low-priced, fashion-forward goods, especially with their partnership with designers like Massimo Gianelli and Todd Oldham, that had exclusive lines for clothing and home goods. They had the advantage of exclusivity since most customers couldn't find their cheap chic merchandise anywhere else. If you were to walk into any other store at the time for something similar, you would have to pay double Target's price. It was a no-brainer. When the Great Recession came knocking in the early 2000s, a lot of retail companies, including Target, had to become more conservative in both their design efforts and merchandising. So Target decided to move away from fashion with more focus on essentials. It was only a matter of time before the economy improved and consumers were ready to buy more than what they needed rather than only searching for the best bargains. But things started to go a little down for this retail store in the first quarter of 2013. They recorded really low profits, which went down by more than a third. Then, there was a credit card breach scandal towards the end of that year that affected millions of customers and cost Target millions of dollars. They were then faced with the difficult task of winning back the trust of their shoppers. As you can expect, there was some wrong moves at this time. Target tried to expand to Canada in 2013 and had more than 100 stores within 2 years. But this very quick pace led to several supply chain issues and more complaints from customers about the price of their goods. By the fall of 2014, Brian Cornell had taken over as CEO, and one of the first things he did was to close up all the stores in Canada. Then, a hard look at other parts of the stores showed that there were a lot of other things missing, especially the mystique he had enjoyed there as a child. February of 2017 was the start of some major remodeling, and it would cost Cornell about $7 billion to change the old fleet of stores to new and smaller shops. Target's target was mostly college towns with new store-owned brands, which meant that shoppers could have more delivery options. After finally getting away from the wings of Amazon, this retailer also went fully into growing its website. All these efforts eventually paid out, as 2019 was the year they would witness a return to stable growth at the store. However, investors weren't too happy with this expensive plan and tried to punish the company by selling off most of its shares. But as there was an increase in traffic to Target stores and digital sales are also gaining some momentum, this retail company is back on everyone's radar. Of course, their stock prices also got back up and increased significantly by the end of September of 2018. Target's latest strategies. Target has been focusing a lot on partnership with amazing national brands that also complement their brands with unique offerings to customers. Back in 2017, the company released about 17 of its own brands with Made by Designs as its kitchen and accessories line. They even got Opal House as their whimsical home decor line, and for men's clothing line, they went to Goodfellow & Co. This strategy has worked pretty great for them so far, especially since Cat and Jack, which is their kids' clothing line, reached $2 billion in sales within 1 year of its launch. Designer brands like HGTV star Chip and Joanna Gaines, who are focused on the home decor line, and Hunter, which is for rain gear, are also major parts of the store's success story. 2020 wasn't a bad year for Target as shoppers moved towards exploring their diverse online options and an assortment of merchandise. They even had up to $9 billion in market share for the pandemic year, where a lot of other stores were struggling to get on their feet because of the effects of the health crisis situation. About 2 years ago, they launched Good & Gather, their grocery brand, which later generated almost $2 billion in sales. Now it's their flagship brand with as many as 2,000 products. And then they launched a new private label, Favorite Day, just a few months ago. This is strictly for cake decorating supplies, mocktails, bakery items, and premium ice creams. It's all about giving people treats to return home to and indulge in, especially with the stress of the COVID pandemic taking its toll on everyone. No doubt about it, Target has been able to differentiate itself from competitors, especially Amazon, with the idea to introduce exclusive brands to their various merchandise categories. Just a few years ago, we saw Target go on a remodeling rampage with a lot of difference when you're walking through any of the departments in the store. This is also one of the reasons why there was a significant sales lift. Target stores are still at the center of their strategy from both a digital and physical standpoint. We can all agree that it was a great idea for the company to move away from Amazon and focus more on its digital growth. Then again, who thought it would be a good idea to give such an important aspect of the business to a competitor? Still, they have moved on from that blunder, with the majority of their stores fulfilling most of their orders, including drive-ups and pickups. As the retail industry continues to evolve, so is Target as it tries to keep up with new trends. There is also Amazon, which is pressuring most retail businesses to speed up their deliveries. Apart from having most of its stores also serving as distribution hubs, Target responded by acquiring Shipt, a same-day delivery platform that has bulked up its supply chain. This has certainly increased traffic and sales on its website, with more online orders getting fulfilled daily. There's still a lot to expect from this brand, and we'll keep watching to see who wins the quiet retail war. No doubt about it, Target still has a lot of surprises for us in the future. Now you know all about the little mistake that almost cost Target a lot, and that's a wrap. Do you think Target is better than Amazon? Let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? Well, we're always posting amazing content like this, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.